Hi everyone, it's Christina from the DIYmummy.com, and today I want to share with you 3 of my most favorite cozy fall recipes. The cool, crisp air of autumn and the return to routine with the kids going back to school makes me want to cook and bake a whole lot more. So today I want to share with you 3 of our most favorite family recipes that we love to eat in the autumn. They are easy, they're delicious, and they are so cozy. First of all, let me show you how easy it is to make DIY pumpkin pie spice. You're going to use this in a couple of these recipes. So first of all, take some ground cinnamon and put 3 tablespoons in a jar. So I'm just using a jar I found at dollar store, and this one has a really nice locking lid so I can store these spices nicely later. Next, add some ground ginger to the jar. So in this mix, I'm using a couple teaspoons of ginger. Then finally add 1 teaspoon of cloves. Optionally, you can add another teaspoon of allspice, but I'm just using these 3 spices for this mix. Mix it all together, pop the lid on, and you can seal this and store this for all of your fall recipes this season. So easy to make. I want to show you how to make pumpkin spice snickerdoodles. Snickerdoodles are such a yummy, delicious cookie, and here's a way to make them extra delicious for fall. So add 3/4 of a cup softened butter, 3/4 of a cup of lard to a bowl, and then add 2 cups of granulated sugar. Mix that all up until it's nice and smooth, and then you're going to add 3 eggs. So it's really nice for the eggs to be room temperature as well as the butter and the lard. And then you can add a teaspoon of vanilla extract and mix that all together. Now in a separate bowl, you're going to put 3½ cups of all-purpose flour, 3 teaspoons of cream of tartar, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then the extra surprise for this particular Snickerdoodles recipe is 2 teaspoons of that DIY pumpkin spice mix that you've just made. Now mix that all up together until it's all combined, and add the dry mixture to the wet mixture that you created earlier. Then mix that all together. I like to use my hands at the very end of my cookie making. You could use a stand mixer for this, but sometimes it's just nice to use your hands and a good old-fashioned wooden spoon. Now for the topping, mix together granulated sugar, so about 1/4 cup, and then about a tablespoon of cinnamon. Then you're going to roll the cookie dough into 1-inch balls and then roll each ball into the cinnamon sugar mix. Then you can place the cookies on a prepared cookie sheet. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And bake the cookies for about 8 minutes. I find 8 minutes is just right to make these cookies look absolutely perfect. These are so soft and chewy on the inside. The addition of the DIY pumpkin spice makes them extra fall-like, and they're the perfect crowd-pleasing cookie. This recipe makes at least 48 cookies, so you can freeze half of them and save them for your holiday festivities this year. Now I want to show you how to make some super easy chai latte with the addition of maple syrup. So how I make this is you can just put about 1/2 cup of hot water into a mug. And I'm cheating a little by using this double spice chai that's all ready to go. Place the tea bag inside of your hot water and let it steep for quite a long time. You want a really nice, dark, rich chai. Then into a milk mug, you can add a little bit of milk. I just use skim milk, plus about a teaspoon of maple syrup for an extra flavor kick. Then you can steam the milk and the syrup until it makes a nice microfoam. Now, if you don't have an espresso machine, I love this little battery operated whipper. I'll leave a link to it down in the description box below. You can just microwave your milk mixture instead and then whip it up with this little whipper, and it makes a nice foam as well. After your milk and syrup is ready, you can pour that into your dark steeped chai. And then as a nice finishing touch, you can take some of that DIY pumpkin spice mix and sprinkle it on top of your chai latte. This drink just screams fall to me. It is so cozy feeling, warm, spicy, rich. I love this as a latte option in the autumn. The final recipe I want to show you is some delicious chicken pot pie. This is such a family favorite for the fall and winter months. So first off, chop up some celery. You're going to need about half a cup of celery. Then to make this extra easy, I use about 2 cups of frozen peas and carrots. Add the celery inside. And then chop up an onion into small pieces, about 1/3 of a cup. Now heat a saucepan on a stove and add about 1 pound of cubed raw chicken breast. Then add the frozen peas and carrots and the celery. Next, you're going to cover that mixture with some water and then set it to boil. Once this mixture is boiling, let it cook for about 15 minutes to poach the chicken and the vegetables, and then strain the mixture. You can set that to the side, and then in the same saucepan, you can take about 1/3 a cup of butter and heat that up. Add your chopped onions, and then mix those up until the onions are nice and clear and cooked. Next, add about 1/3 cup of flour, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper or to taste, and mix that up. Next, add about 3/4 cup of milk and about 1.5 cups of water, or you can use chicken broth. I use water here because I love this roasted chicken base. You can find this at Costco. I just take about a teaspoon of this and add this to my chicken pot pie sauce. So mix everything together and let it cook until this beautiful creamy sauce is nice and thick. And then once that's ready, you can set that to the side. Now you're going to put a 9-inch pie pastry in the bottom of a pie plate. I'm just using ready-made refrigerated pastry. I do have a nice pastry recipe on my blog. I will link to that below if you want to DIY your pastry. Add in the vegetables and chicken, and then top that off with a beautiful white sauce. Once the chicken, veggies, and sauce are inside, put the top crust on your pie, fold it over the bottom crust, and then you can flute the edges. I love fluting the edges of my pies, so I just use my finger and my thumb to make a nice little ruffled fluted edge. Next, you can use a knife to cut slits into your pie so that the steam can escape while you cook it. You're going to want to preheat your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Pop your pie in and cook it for about 30 to 35 minutes or until it's nice and golden brown. This chicken pot pie is so beautiful. It's simple ingredients, but it's definitely something that my family absolutely loves, especially when it's cold outside. You can serve it by itself or with a salad. There's lots of options, plus it makes great leftovers. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed these favorite fall recipes of ours. Let me know down in the comments below which of these recipes was your favorite. I would love to know. If you want more DIY and decor ideas on a budget, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to leave some more videos that I hope you're going to enjoy up in the top left-hand corner.